Hello everyone, and welcome back to Nutty News. Now, I know that it has been 6 months since I recorded my last video, and I gotta say that a lot has changed since then. But regardless, after some thought, I've decided to continue this channel, whereas originally I was probably not going to, but now I am, so yippee. Now, just to go over a few things I said in the last video, the whole point of this channel is for me to essentially find interesting, silly, weird, nutty news on the internet and then share it with you guys because I thought that, some people are bound to enjoy something like this. Now, that being said, I plan to probably post 2 to 3 times a week. I might post more, I might post less, I don't know. There's a lot of things I'm working on right now, so we'll see. But expect maybe another post or two this week. It is Wednesday already, so I don't know. But yeah, this is my first video. So the plan is that in each video I'm going to go through 3 articles, and yeah, I'm just going to talk about them. I don't think these videos are going to be very long. And then if people eventually decide to submit articles to my business email, which I have in the About section of my channel, then I might also look at those as well and talk about them in one of my videos. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty. So, our first article that I found is Bear Crashes Colorado Wedding and Raids the Dessert Table. This was posted by Ben Hooper on August 8th, 2023. Now, the main highlights of this, before we watch the video at least, is there's basically a Colorado couple. It was Kaylin Martinez and Brandon Martinez. And basically, during their wedding, when they were about to exchange vows, there was a monsoon that just came out of nowhere. Now, personally, if I were to plan such a big wedding, I would probably look to see what the weather was going to be. Now, I'm not blaming them, okay? Stuff can come out of nowhere, and it's hard to just reschedule a wedding. But, I don't know. What do I know? I am not going to have a wedding anytime soon anyways. But, I don't know, just throwing it out there. But anyways, they were about to exchange vows, and a monsoon came out of nowhere, right? So they're stuck in this monsoon. And, eventually it ends. And then later, this is the fun part, during the reception after the monsoon, if it couldn't have gotten any worse, a bear comes out of nowhere. It looks in the video to be a black bear or something like that. Maybe a sun bear, I don't know. But a bear comes out of nowhere, hops on the dessert table, and begins eating all the desserts, which I think is really funny, because what are the chances that that happens? They're pretty slim, so yeah, I don't know. But regardless, in the end, and I think this is honestly the funniest part, the bride, Kaylin, actually said that this ended up being the perfect Colorado wedding, which I think is funny. I think it's perfect. I love that. And so, yeah, this is the first article. I just found this one really interesting. This one was just, something quick to start off the video. The chances of a monsoon and then a bear coming out of nowhere is something I've never heard of before, and I'm glad that they were able to get through it, and it even seems that they had a positive reaction to it. So yeah, and let's watch the video real quick.
A couple from Colorado got married this past week, and they got the full Colorado experience at their wedding. Wild weather, wild life, and some wild pictures to tell the tale.
Senior prom 20.
Alright, so there you go. And then skimming through the video, we can see where the bear is right here.
You go into your dessert table and see a bear crashing it and eating all of it.
I think next.
So there you go. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Again, still can't believe that happened. I find that really funny, and I'm glad they're okay. So yeah, so the next article that we will be looking at is this one. This one I also find really funny and also really random. So basically what happened, and again, I'll be explaining it before we watch the video, is there is a woman by the name of Lesbron, and she's gone on a long trip, and she finally comes home, and she really has to go to the bathroom. So she goes up to her toilet in her bathroom in her house, and as she's about to pop a squat, guess what happens? She hears a weird hissing sound and finds none other than a black and pink colored coach whip snake, as seen right here. Now the good thing is that it's non-venomous, but it can be quite aggressive. So yeah, not not good, not good. So anyways, what she does is she lives in Tucson, Arizona, and she calls Rattlesnake Solutions to take care of it. And they send one of their representatives named Nick. And what ends up happening is pretty funny. So basically, I mean, I presume that Nick came into this situation with the intention that, oh, okay, well, I'll just get this snake out of her house and leave. No, he had to come back on not one, not two, but three separate occasions to get this snake out of her toilet. Just imagine that. Imagine trying to pull a snake out of a toilet and failing 2 times because this snake is so aggressive and so feisty. I don't even know how the snake got stuck in the toilet. I don't really want to know how the snake got stuck in the toilet because then it's going to scare me whenever I try and go to the bathroom. But regardless, somehow in some way it found its way into a toilet. I guess it can get in the pipes, but I have no idea where or how. But yeah, so anyways, in the end, Lesperon is obviously quite traumatized from the incident. I mean, I would be too. Even just reading this, I now am a little bit worried to go to the bathroom. And in general, she says that she now flushes the toilet multiple times before sitting down and won't step foot in the bathroom without the lights on. And in addition to this, she always leaves her toilet lid closed, and her father puts screens on the top of any openings on her roof so snakes and animals cannot get their way through. So yeah, that's really the second story. My God. 2 stories about animals today. One about a bear who crashes a wedding, and the other about a snake in a toilet. Both just completely crazy, random, weird stories I found. And so anyways, we're going to watch this video right here. We'll watch the whole thing because it's only 30 seconds, but here we go. So there's Nick. Or actually, sorry, that's not Nick, that's Lesperon. That is just... Look at that thing. That is scary. Like, literally just straight into her toilet. And you see how it hissed at her? Like, look at this thing. Does this thing look like it wants to be your friend? Hopefully you said no, because it does not want to be your friend. That thing looks terrifying. Oh my god. Personally, if I found a snake in my toilet, I would be scared. Very, very scared. Especially because these snakes, as I said, are quite aggressive. And just the way that it's looking at her, it does not look like it wants to be friends with her. I've seen people pick up wild snakes and they're completely fine with it, but I suspect that most snakes act like this, and yeah, not good. Thank God it was not venomous, otherwise it could have been really bad, because Nick actually, according to the article, if I can find it real quick, oh yeah, according to the article, actually gets bitten. The snake digs its fangs into his skin. So thank God it was not venomous. But yeah. And then our final our final article for today and I think this is honestly the most interesting one, is this one. An 11-year-old boy caught a fish with human-like teeth in an Oklahoma pond. Oh, and my mistake. This was made by Taylor Knight and posted on August 9th, 2023. Now, this one's a little bit older. It was posted by Bill Chappell or Bill Chappell, I don't know, on July 19th, 2023. And like I said, this is an 11-year-old boy who caught a fish with human-like teeth in Oklahoma pond. This one is, I found the most creepy. I mean, look at this photo. Like, why? Why did God make this? Why does it have teeth that look like that? That is like uncanny as hell. That's creepy. Like when I looked at this photo, I cannot get it out of my head. Like, I'm being genuinely serious. I've had trouble getting this photo out of my head because this is just generally weird. I don't even understand. Like, why does it need teeth like this? Are we related to these fish? I don't know. Whatever. But anyways, so looking into the article, we see that there was an 11-year-old boy. His name is Charlie, and he essentially catches this fish, and this fish is known as a pacu. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but that's what I'm going to say. And it's basically a cousin of a piranha. And as you can see, it has those creepy ass teeth. But anyways, it's actually native to South America, and yet it was caught in a small pond in the Clinton suburbs north of Oklahoma City. So somehow it got here. I don't know how, but either way, it's here. And unfortunately, they end up releasing the pacu back in the water, but they find out later from people after they posted this on the internet that they shouldn't have done that, as it is an invasive species. So now Charlie hopes to catch it again, with his parents promising to mount it, as you can see right here, as a prize if he does end up catching it. And I think that's really cool. Yeah, but creepy. I don't think I'd want to catch that fish again, but you do you. It is invasive, so I'd say it's in his best interest to catch it again. And, it's not entirely his fault and their fault for throwing it back in. Everybody makes mistakes. I probably would have done the same, especially because I would have just wanted that thing out of my hands. But hopefully he catches it again, so it does not pose any threat to the ecosystem in that area. But anyways, they basically contacted these game wardens, right? And what they basically said is that it was most likely released by an owner. You can actually see the wildlife agency blames a pet owner for this, saying that it probably outgrew its tank and then was released into the wild. So yeah, that is interesting. I don't know why someone would keep this as a pet. I feel like it'd be really aggressive, especially if it's somewhat related to a piranha, but I digress. Another reason why I would be surprised if someone kept this is apparently these things can grow up to, and I quote, 3.5 feet and 88 pounds. That is disgusting. Look at this. This is disgusting. How can that thing grow up to almost 90 pounds, 3.5 feet? Like, imagine swimming and then seeing this thing in the water. I would actually probably just die. I would just die and I would drown the water. I'm not even lying. Like, just seeing something like that, as big and heavy as it is, that would just scare the living hell out of me. I honestly don't even, I would honestly go into shock. Like, I'm not even kidding. Now it can grow up to that, so it's not, most likely going to grow up to that, but it could in theory, and like, actually something out of nightmares. I mean, seriously, look at this. Actually out of nightmares. But yeah. So anyways, this is the first time anyone has caught this type of fish in Oklahoma. I mean, kind of unsurprisingly, it's native to South America. And, something else that the article says, which also disturbed me, another reason why I would, probably just, die of shock if I saw this thing in the water, is apparently, despite its main source being nuts and seeds, it's actually an omnivore, and it's known as the ball cutter, a label that stems from its purported habit of attacking men's testicles. Yeah. No. No, I'm sorry, but if there is a fish that can grow up to 90 pounds, 3.5 feet long, and is going for my nutsack, I'm out. I'm sorry. They should put signs around. I do not want to get near that thing. I especially don't want something nibbling on my nuts that has human-like teeth. That would just be weird. Okay? Obviously, that wouldn't be the first thing that came to mind. I'd just be scared, but like, just throwing it out there. I guess I would rather... I don't know. I don't know what I would want. I just don't want something biting my nuts off. Apparently, this thing likes to do that. So, awesome. If anything couldn't make this fish worse than it already was. But yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's basically the whole article. One last thing at the end is apparently they're quite delicious and they taste like tilapia. I mean, I would never catch and eat this thing. I feel like it would just be cursed and rotten on the inside. But yeah, if you want to eat one, go for it. So, yeah, that is all 3 articles for today. This video ran longer than I thought it would, but honestly, I don't mind that. I mean, I'm doing this, at the end of the day, I'm doing this because I find it fun, and I really enjoy to just look up this stuff. And I thought, hey, why don't I share it with other people on the internet, because I'm sure other people find this interesting. I think I already said this earlier in the video. So yeah, also, I'm sorry that these videos are pretty low quality. This is literally like going to be completely very little script. I write like tiny notes. Sometimes I probably even won't. I don't know. There's going to be literally like no editing. The audio quality is probably not the best, but I'm kind of hoping that people can look past it and just appreciate the content. I don't know. I would really appreciate it if you guys did, because again, I think that people are bound to find some of this stuff interesting, and I'm hoping that despite the fact that it's not super top tier quality, people will be like, oh, well, whatever. I'm learning about this cool stuff, so yippee-ki-yay. Oh yeah, so anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be posting hopefully more videos somewhat soon. I don't know how soon, maybe another one this week, we'll see. I don't know how often these types of articles get posted, so that's kind of the issue. Otherwise, I'd probably post a little more, but again, I've, things to worry about, work and whatnot, so we'll see. Also, you'll notice that this article, the last one that I did, was posted, like I said, on July 19th. I'm probably going to keep doing articles like this that might be, up to maybe a few months old, because honestly, most people probably haven't heard of them anyways. And there, usually isn't going to be any updates, so I don't really see the issue. But I won't do anything longer ago than that. So yeah. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I'm going to put the links to all these articles in the description if you'd like to check them out for yourself. And, without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.